Chet, how long is the line right now?
It's actually not that long, Julia, but there are some people who have been here since late last night, actually. We're joined by John, his group of buddies. They've been doing this for over a dozen years at this point. When did you guys get in line?
9 p.m. last night.
9 p.m. These guys showed up and we're getting ready for opening day. So how much sleep when you get here at 9 p.m.?
None. So we just, when you guys rolled up, we were actually just catching a few hours of sleep. So just keeps you going throughout the day, long day.
Yeah, so we actually disrupted their sleep. They were trying to get some Z's, and we came over and we're like, hey, let's get you on TV, right? So what's the secret to having a successful opening day?
Good group of guys, prime spot inside the track once you get in for the picnic tables. Somewhere centrally located near betting windows, bathrooms, kind of, it's got everything you need, and people know where you're going to be. So if you have family and friends coming up, they can find you pretty easy and enjoy the day.
They told me they do a 45-degree angle when they get in, and they get a little circle of picnic tables, so when their friends show up, they're all taken care of. We're going to be hanging out here for most of the morning, but going back and forth inside of the track to see how they're making sure that the race course itself is ready for opening day. But now let's send it back to Lara in the studio. Hey, Jules, we're actually staying here trackside because the first horses have actually made their way onto the Saratoga race course. The first trainer that I saw was James Bond. He's up behind me with the binoculars. He's got the stopwatch out as he's getting these horses ready for opening day, getting some of those times in to see how everyone's doing. But that makes it even feel more like opening day, right? When you actually see the horses come out on the track. Right now, I see probably a couple dozen that have made their way out here right now. We are monitoring the conditions right now of the track, which look really good, even with all the rain that we've gotten. But we'll see, with more rain potentially coming later in the day for maybe those latter three races, we'll see if that has any effect on how these horses do on opening day. Now let's send it back to the studio with Lara. All right, Jules, I know you're undercover right now, but we were getting the smallest amount of sprinkles here by the track, but nothing compared to what we saw earlier in the week. However, all morning long, we're keeping an eye on these track conditions. Obviously, this crew, very experienced. They know what they're doing, and they're actually using some dry dirt. It's a clay silt mix from the Delaware Water Gap, and that's what they're using right now to make sure it stays dry. I actually talked to one of the first trainers I saw out here, James Bond. He could not speak more highly about how well this track has been running so far this week.
Naira, Glenn Kozak, his crew, okay, they're second to none, okay? I mean, they had this track peeled back about a month and a half ago, checked the sub bases, did everything that you could possibly do, okay, to keep these horses safe and to make us all have lots of fun and, like I say, hopefully make lots of money.
And I just saw James drive by in a golf cart with his yellow lab right next to him. He's got his binoculars out, the stopwatch. He's all ready for opening day. To get you ready for opening day, we're going to do a little refresher about how some of the betting works, maybe make you a little money on this Thursday. How's that sound? All right, let's send it back to Lara in studio.
We've got Chet out there live right now at the track. And Chet, I've decided that I'm making up a new segment, and it's going to be called Chet on Bets. What do you think?
I'm going to lose people a lot of money, Lara, but I can give you some tips on what you can expect if you do plan on placing some bets on opening day or maybe this weekend. So, I mean, it is 2023, so you can place your bets right on your phone. There's also kiosks around the Saratoga race course, or you do it the old school way. You get in line and you walk up to the teller and tell them the exact bet you want to make. But what bet should you be making? There's a lot of different variations you can do. So let's give you a little refresher. So up first, there's a win bet. It's very simple. That's just picking a horse to win an individual race. A place bet. Maybe you think that horse is good, but is it good enough to win? That is a horse that's going to finish in first or second. A show bet takes it a step further. That's going to be finishing third or better. Then there's an exacta. This is if you were just really confident. I don't recommend this unless you know what you're doing. Exacta is you're picking the first two finishers in a race. Now, if you want to get really crazy, go for a pick six. That's when you pick 6 horses to win 6 races. If you do have that and you win, you better let me know the next time you place that bet because I want to make some money too.
We're going to be checking in with Chet, who is out there with the line. I bet everybody is just raring to get in right now, Chet.
Yeah, right now it's the mobilization period, right? So 6:45, the first gate opens, and then it's 7 o'clock for the actual gate where you see everybody run towards those picnic tables. We talked to John a couple hours ago. John, how are we feeling now that we're a little bit closer? I see you guys are getting up. You're moving a little bit.
Yeah, it's excitement's ramping up. So it's a few minutes out here for the big walk up, and then 7 o'clock, like you said, gate opens, and run into the spot and secure it for the day.
All right, so this group has been here since 9 o'clock last night, waiting for opening day to get inside. And also, of course, these guys are going to be placing some bets today. So, John, what kind of bet are you usually focusing on at the racetrack? Your guys were kind of razzing you a little bit that he kind of throws that at a dartboard. But what's your strategy?
Yeah, that's Saratoga, man. Best horses, a lot of top connections and stuff. So, if you see a horse that you like, bet it to win. Couple exactas, put in a couple group tickets with some buddies, pick 4s, pick 5s. But, if you cash one good, just about enjoying the day.
That is some great advice. Now you guys actually know what that means. We've gone over some of those terms the last time we were here. We're going to be following this group as they get closer to the gates opening up at 7 o'clock. Lara?
Now we're going to go to Chet, who saw the gates open up. Chet, unfortunately, we couldn't get it live. We were in commercial, but nobody tripped, right? Everybody made it in okay?
I didn't see any injuries, no pulled hamstrings. Everybody was moving along nicely. But it is funny, you see all these people that are waiting in line, and then in a matter of seconds, they're all gone, dispersed, some going left, some going right. I see tents that are popping up all over near these picnic tables. And Julia, we are having a man who's telling us we have to go stop by the Bone Zone. So I'm told that I need to stop by there. There might be a cocktail for us after we're done working, of course. But it seems like people are already having a lot of fun. There was a little bit of rain that was coming right as these gates were opening, but it has since stopped. Alyssa's been teasing that there were going to be some sprinkles throughout the morning. Hopefully it holds off for the rest of the day. Maybe those latter races are going to be affected. But so far, we're off to a great start here on opening day. And now it really does feel like opening day. Hey, Julia, we're finally sitting down. I'm getting a little bit hungry. So here we are at the porch of the clubhouse, which I really think is the best breakfast in the capital region because, I mean, check out the view that you get. You get to see the horses that are out training in these early morning hours, and you get to enjoy a buffet, which I am personally a huge fan of. $25 for adults, $12 for kids, 12 and under. I mean, it really does not get any better than this. So, yeah, finally nice to sit down. The rain has held off. It's a beautiful morning here in Saratoga Springs. So, and with the people around and the horses, it really just is starting to feel more and more like opening day. Back to you in the studio, Lara.